Most people either worship Eminem or they can't stand him. And after going through his entire career, the records, the feuds, the lawsuits, the lyrics, I get both sides. But there are very specific problems with this man that even his biggest fans quietly know are real. And I'm going to go through every single one of them. Part 1. The race problem nobody wants to say out loud. Now, the most genuine question about him is, why, when someone directly asks if he's the greatest, does he say this? I never said I was the king of anything. Eminem has sold over 220 million records. He broke the Guinness World Record for the fastest rap on a #1 single with 10.65 syllables per second on Godzilla. He is the best-selling rapper of all time by a significant margin. There are rappers out there who can barely move 50,000 units in a week, who will call themselves the GOAT without blinking. But the guy with the actual numbers is deflecting. Why? Well, Eminem answered that himself on The Eminem Show. In white America, he rapped, "Let's do the math. If I was black, I would have sold half." That is not a critic. Now that is him. Admitting out loud that his skin color played a massive role in his sales. The white population in America is significantly larger, and people tend to connect with artists who look like them. A huge part of his fan base came to him because of that, and he knows it. That is the first real problem, not that he's white. The problem is the biggest selling rapper alive won't claim his own throne, because somewhere in the back of his mind, he's not sure he fully earned it. No, the right version of this may look like, it's simple, just own it. Jay-Z doesn't have this problem. Nas doesn't have this problem. A rapper who is fully confident in what he built doesn't deflect the throne. Instead, he sits in it. But Eminem won't. And that says everything. And now real quick, hit subscribe first though, because what's coming next is the part even his own fans argue about most. And it only gets messier. Part 2. Is he actually saying anything anymore? So Joe Budden said it directly on Everyday Struggle. He said Eminem doesn't have content in his music anymore, that he's rapping fast for the sake of rapping fast, that he can rhyme words that don't even rhyme like accents, near impossible combinations, letters, but he's not actually saying anything. Is that fair? Let's find out. Take Godzilla. That song broke Eminem's own record for the fastest rap on a charted hit. People went absolutely crazy for it. It's a really fun song. But sit down right now and try to tell me what that song is actually about. One specific thing or one clear message. You can't. Because there isn't one. It's Eminem showing off what his mouth can do. Brilliantly. But that's the whole song. Now compare that to Stan, or Cleaning Out My Closet, or When I'm Gone. Those songs had a point. You felt something. Joe Budden said it plainly. Eminem is the best rhymer of words in the world. He can rhyme letters, accents, and can do things nobody else can. But the hip-hop Budden fell in love with demanded you say something. And that's the second problem. You've got the greatest technical rapper alive. And a lot of the time, you walk away feeling nothing. What would the right version look like? Well, listen to the song Stan or Lose Yourself or Cleaning Out My Closet. You walk away feeling something real. That's the standard he set himself. And on a lot of his recent work, he's not meeting it. Part 3. The lyrics that went too far. Eminem crosses a line, gets called out and apologizes, crosses another line, gets called out and apologizes, again crosses another line and keeps repeating. You see where this is going. In Kim, released in 2000, he rapped in graphic detail about wanting to kill his wife Kim Scott. The companion track, 97 Bonnie and Clyde, had her body being thrown into a lake with his daughter present in the narrative. And he released both on purpose. In 2014, he rapped about punching Lana Del Rey in the face twice using Ray Rice, the NFL player suspended for assaulting his fiancée, as the comparison. He didn't stumble into that, he just sat down and wrote it. Then in 2019, a track leaked where he rapped about siding with Chris Brown after the Rihanna assault. Recorded in 2009, scrapped and leaked 10 years later. His publicist confirmed it was old, and he did apologize to her in Zeus on Music to Be Murdered by Side B credit where it's due. But then, in 2018, he used a homophobic slur against Tyler the Creator in Fall. Said he went too far and realized he was hurting people beyond just Tyler. Tyler himself said he wasn't as bothered as people were on his behalf, which is a very Tyler thing to say. Then in 2020, unaccommodating, referenced the Manchester Arena bombing where 22 people died at an Ariana Grande concert. Manchester's Mayor Andy Burnham called it unnecessarily hurtful and deeply disrespectful. Eminem responded saying the album was designed to shock the conscience. And look, maybe the first time the defense works, maybe even at the second. But at some point, shock value stops being a statement and starts being a reflex. He's just walking through the same door again and again. Part 4. The Shady Records Problem. Eminem cannot develop artists. What would you do if you were one of the biggest names in hip-hop with Dr. Dre as your mentor and a label of your own? You'd think the answer is to take artists with a strong identity and make them bigger. Keep what makes them special. Simple, right? That's not what happened here. Look at the Shady Records roster: Cassius, Bobby Creekwater, Stat Quo, Slaughterhouse, Yellow Wolf, and Westside Gunn, who announced he was leaving. Artist after artist who he signed has only faded. Yellow Wolf had a signature sound before Shady: dark, grimy, and raw. He joins Shady Records and suddenly the edges get sanded off. The sound gets more polished, like more pop. Also, Slaughterhouse, same story. Their debut before Shady was dark and haunting. The album under the label was considered a step down by their fans. Now, is that entirely Eminem's fault? Probably not. Some of those artists wanted the commercial reach that comes with the Shady name. When it didn't happen, Eminem became the easy target. That's not completely fair, but the pattern exists across every single signing. And for someone with his platform, his resources, his connection to Dr. Dre, the Shady Records track record is genuinely hard to look at. Part 5. The Feuds that outlived their point. Eminem has had public conflicts with Christina Aguilera, Michael Jackson, Ja Rule, Mariah Carey, Machine Gun Kelly, Moby, Benzino, and the list keeps going. Some of these made sense. Machine Gun Kelly tweeted something inappropriate about Eminem's daughter Haley. That was personal. Killshot got 38 million views in its first 24 hours on YouTube. That is a real response to a real provocation. But then there's the 2004 Just Lose It video, where Eminem parodied Michael Jackson's child molestation trial and plastic surgery. Jackson called it outrageous and disrespectful. Stevie Wonder called it kicking a man while he's down. What do you think would have been a smarter move there? I think, to not do it at all. Because it added nothing and helped nobody. It just made people angry. But no, that's too sensible. The Mariah Carey feud dragged across multiple albums and multiple years. And in 2018, he brought Christina Aguilera back into rap. After that, in 2019, she went on a talk show and said it was thirsty then and it's thirsty now. She's not wrong. The Secret Service investigated him twice. Once in 2003 over lyrics about President Bush and We as Americans. Again in 2018 over lyrics about Trump's daughter Ivanka in Framed. Nothing came of either. Feuds are part of hip-hop. Nobody's arguing that, but there is a difference between a feud that means something and one that has just become a personality trait. At some point, the guy who picks a fight with everyone stops looking dangerous and starts looking like he just doesn't know how to stop. So, the actual problem with Eminem, it's a man who won't claim his own throne because he's not sure he earned it, who traded emotional depth for technical spectacle, who keeps crossing lines and calling it art, who had every resource to build something lasting at Shady Records and didn't, and who turned beef into a reflex instead of a weapon. None of that erases what he built. The talent is real, so are the records. The influence on hip-hop is undeniable, but the problems are real too. Thanks for watching. What surprised you most? Subscribe for more stories like this. Share your wish in the comments if you want to see your favorite celebrity next.